Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. Now, today I'm joined by the beautiful Brande Roderick. Brande, how you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Fantastic.
It is so nice to have you here. But the reason that you're here today is we're here to talk about a new movie that you just did, Wineville. Can
Yes.
This movie is something that was just shown to me. I'm very excited to be able to talk about this movie. So, can you talk about your inspiration for the project?
Um, well, I've been a fan of horror my whole life. Like it started when I was 6 years old, a little girl, my mom watching Exorcist with me. Or I
Mhm.
should say she had me watch Exorcist with her. But my whole family's really crazy into horror. I even had influences like, well, every year on my birthday, we would watch a horror movie and then sleep outside in the tent. And shortly after we'd go to bed, my dad would come out and scare us and do spooky noises and, do crazy stuff like that. I remember when I was like 8 or 9, we watched the movie Rabid. And I got up down the long dark hall to go to the bathroom. When I came back, um, someone was on the ground, grabbed my leg. It was my dad foaming at the mouth, trying to bite my leg. Stuff like that. My dad would put a stocking over his head and grab a knife and come in from the outside to the inside to scare me and my brother when we were watching TV. So I come from like a really demented family, and it really, made me kind of a sick and twisted human being. So I've always wanted to create a horror film, and so I came up with this insane, disgusting, twisted story with the writer, Richard Shankman, who's amazing. And we both came up with this crazy story. And I have to say, it's pretty sick and twisted. So it's not for the faint at heart, I will say.
And that's what I love about this movie. Now we're talking about how it's not for the faint of heart. Can you give us a little bit of a non-spoiler synopsis of the film?
Yeah, so it's based in 1978. So the reviews about it so far has been, that they say they get the feel of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it is based in the 70s. So I've got that coloring and the feel and the grit. So you've got that, but it is about a serial killer, or a serial killer family, a really messed up family. And this woman, my character, left when she was a very young girl because it was the torture and the torment was so horrible. But she has to come back because her father passes away. And when she gets back, everything just darkened and fermented and just got even worse. But now she came back with her young child. So she has to do everything and anything in her power to get out of there alive with now her son, not just herself.
So with a powerful, a driving force like that for your character, because like I said, protection of yourself is one thing, protection of your child is a whole nother thing. How do you get
Yes.
into character for such a dark driving force for a mother?
Well, it was very easy for me because A, I am a mother, and B, the kid playing my son is my son in real life. So, I mean, honestly, like I didn't have to dig too deep for that. And that's why another reason why I wanted to create a story based around that. Because if I'm going to be producing and directing, I need to make my character as close to myself as possible in order to be able to pull from that so that I don't have to like, be in the trailer for hours beforehand, getting into this deep, crazy, whatever of a character, because I can't do that when I'm running around producing and directing and doing all these crazy things.
Right.
So for me, that's the easiest thing, right? To draw from protecting your own child from being killed. I
Right.
mean, that's pretty easy. Like that's easy to get into.
And you don't have to picture and pretend, like it's him.
He's
That's
there and he's there. Yeah.
your little
Yep.
boy that came from your swimsuit area. You don't have to worry about putting all the
Yep.
extra acting effects into it. Like you're ready to go with that.
Exactly. Yep.
So how was it when you were, being a actor and a director at the same time? What are the differences for you in trying to make scenes work when you're actually on set doing your parts as well as directing?
Well, I had, thank goodness, again, Richard Shankman, who is an amazing director, writer. He was my mentor because I've never done this before. Of course, I've been in the film business for 25 years, but I've never done that aspect of it. So he was there with me every step of the way. So as I'm acting and working out scenes with people, he's there, behind the camera. So was very difficult. I think next time I wouldn't give myself such a large role, or I would have a huge team. Like, I don't know how all these, actor directors, do this in a full time, but obviously if they have huge budgets, they have a huge team behind them. But yeah, it wasn't easy, but I love it. And but I love producing the most. Like for me, bringing a project together from start to finish, that it's a love of mine, and it's hard, but I love it. I just love
I
it.
and it is different when, like I said, you were part of the writing process as well. So seeing this go from your imagination to your hands to your partner and then onto the screen, it's a magical, beautiful thing. And
Yes.
we've talked about Wineville a little bit here, guys, but I would like for you to check out the trailer. So right now we're going to
Yeah.
play you the official trailer for Wineville.
Couple of days, and we're out of here. I promise.
I am your grandfather's little sister.
Walter, this is my Aunt Margaret.
Joe is our jack of all trades. He was your father's right-hand man.
Where'd they find you?
Please, just let me go. I heard a scream.
We have another missing person.
Oh.
This place is my world. And it could be yours too.
Ow.
Do not wait up. Maybe if we show them what life is like here, they'll want to stay.
What have you done now?
Something right out of a fairy tale.
Or the Bible.
What could happen in a place called Wineville?
So now you guys have checked out the official trailer for Wineville. So when will people be able to see the film?
It's out now, and you can see it anywhere that you normally stream: Amazon Prime, Apple, Google Play, wherever you normally, DirecTV, wherever you normally, rent a movie or purchase a movie. So it's out now, and it's exciting. Yeah.
And to be honest, you guys don't got to go far, because not only do I have brand social media links down in the description, I have the Amazon link for it as well. So make sure you're checking that out. And all you got to do is click the link down in the description at the end of this video. So we talked a little bit about it, but being a writer, director, actor, it can put some stress on you. So what was your experience like on set?
Again, like running around like a chicken with my head cut off, basically, because I did have to do everything. And, there's twists and turns, just like in the film, twists and turns that happen on set. Even with day one, our costume designer got COVID.
Ugh.
And we're doing a period piece. So this isn't
Right.
like, oh, just run to, Walmart or whatever and grab some clothes. Like this was intense. So, we were scrambling to get a replacement, and that was day one. And every day there was always something. Somebody got spray paint in their eyes, when they were on, building the set. And so there was always something to deal with, but that's my jam. Like I'm good at under pressure and dealing with things and coming to solutions and figuring things out. So it was crazy, but it was good. It was all good.
And
Yeah.
like I said, when you have a piece of art coming together, sometimes those happy accidents can do things to make the film come out better in the end. So for somebody that hasn't seen the film but seen the trailer, what is the big expectation? What do you think people are going to get out of this film?
Well, the main thing is when people leave, like when we had the premiere and it's been at the theater, people leave the theater and they're like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. We have quite a few shocking twists and turns to the film, and that's what I love, and that's what I wanted to create, because me as a moviegoer, I love trying to figure out who's the killer. What did they do? You're constantly, and you think you got it. And a lot of times you figure it out, right? And I wanted to make sure that people could not figure it out. And then at the end, I give them a huge twist and they're like, what? So for me, that was my biggest goal, is the twists and the turns, the plot twists, and to shock people.
That's awesome. And like
Push
I
the
said, guys,
envelope. I also have to push the envelope a lot in this.
and that's what we want. You know, I mean, horror is horror because it makes you uncomfortable. If you try to play
It,
horror too safe, you're not going to have a horror movie.
this movie will make you freaking very uncomfortable.
And that's what you know, whether it's been the
Yeah.
political undertones or the social injustices,
Yeah.
horror has
Yep.
always been about making you uncomfortable, and that's what
Yeah.
makes horror is if you're ever afraid to say, oh well, we can't do that, you're writing yourself into a corner then, because if you're worrying about offending
Yeah.
one person, you're worrying about offending everybody.
Yes.
Horror
It's
is
so
made
true.
to push the boundaries
I'm
and
so
made to make you
glad.
uncomfortable.
I'm so glad that you say that because in this new generation, people are so sensitive and they
Mhm.
get upset about everything. But I feel like true horror fans
Mhm.
look past that
Yeah.
and
We want to be scared. We want to be made
you want that.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yes.
you want to feel uncomfortable. You want to be surprised. You want all that. You're not going to get offended, you
Right.
know.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's fiction, you know, and
Yes,
it's an actor
exactly.
playing a part. It's, you know,
Mhm.
a writer that's writing a part. It has nothing to do with real life. This is about making you uncomfortable. The Phantom of the
Yeah,
Opera was about making you uncomfortable back at that time.
yeah,
You know, you look
yeah,
at all these movies that are horror movies, and that's what they did. They pushed the
yep,
boundaries of what's comfortable, what's acceptable, what's not. I mean, Psycho,
yeah,
1968 talks about transgender, you know, like it's
yeah,
always been about pushing that envelope and making
yes,
you as uncomfortable as we can make you. So, um,
yeah,
I know I said it a
absolutely.
little bit ago, guys, but I'm trying to keep this as spoiler free as I can. So I'm trying to keep my mouth shut, but I do
Yeah,
have all of Brandy's links down in the description. So we are talking about Wineville right now. This isn't the last thing we're going to talk about. Brandy is going to
yeah,
be doing a lot more projects in the future. So make sure you're following her on social media to stay up to date on all the amazing things she has coming up for us. And make sure you're checking out the movie. That link is also in the description as well. So, Brandy, please don't go anywhere, my friend. I got a couple more questions for you.
yep,
Everyone else, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. All links in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon.